A while ago I made a video comparing the sound level between TMC2208 stepper motor drivers and the A4988 stepper motor drivers that at the time were more commonly used on 3D printers and other hobby CNC devices. Since then, most printer manufacturers have moved towards replacing at least the X and Y axis motors with silent TMC2208 stepper motor drivers. A question that came up a lot was how these drivers managed to drive the motors with such a significant sound reduction, and if there was any trade-off. So rather than just show you some diagrams and talk it through, I thought I'd set up the motor and drivers again and show you through actual measurements. The simple explanation is that stepper motors have a number of poles, and the driver energizes the coils on the motor to align the rotor with these poles in a sequence to rotate it. The simplest way to do this is to turn off one pole and then turn on the other, causing the motor to jump from one pole to the next. This is simple to do electrically but causes the most noise, as it induces a lot of vibration within the motor. We can reduce the noise a bit by rather slowly energizing one coil while de-energizing the second coil, so that we gently pass the rotor from one step to the next. The most optimal way to do this without producing any vibration is by producing a sinusoidal wave. So the better the stepper motor driver can replicate a sinusoidal waveform, the quieter it's going to be able to run the motor. But replicating a sine wave perfectly requires more expensive electronics, so there's a bit of a trade-off. So let's have a look at the current waveform that the two drivers produce. I've got a similar setup to the last test, with two drivers hooked up in the same way to an Arduino. The drivers are connected to the same digital outputs on the Arduino, both receiving the same direction and step inputs. So we just need to plug our motor into the one we want to test. I've also added a potentiometer to adjust the time delay between pulses. This in turn will let us control the motor speed. We'll start with the A4988 driver, and let's first take a look at sound levels at different speeds. The sound is obviously being amplified by the wooden desk, and wouldn't be this loud with proper vibration damping mounts, but this way you get a good idea of the improvement. To measure the waveform, I'm going to use this pocket multimeter and oscilloscope, and I'm going to connect it in series with one of the motor coils to measure the current flowing through the coil. Throughout the test, the motor is going to sound a bit weird when it's connected and the oscilloscope isn't measuring, because the oscilloscope opens the circuit when it isn't taking readings. So the motor effectively only has one coil connected to the drive, and you can see the shaft isn't turning anymore, it's sort of jumping in the same spot. So we're only interested in the sound the motor makes when I've pushed the red record button. From the oscilloscope output, you can quite clearly see that the driver is producing a very square wave. If we run it again with a faster sample time, we get the same square wave. It also doesn't matter if we increase the speed, we still get a similar square wave that just repeats more often in the same time frame. Now that's not the end of the road for the A4988 driver. It can actually produce somewhat of a sine wave through microstepping. Microstepping is essentially the ability for the driver to partially energize the coils to position the rotor in positions between the two poles, and it does so in a way that resembles a sine wave. So the more positions you can get between each pole, the better your sine wave is going to look. The A4988 can do half, quarter, eighth or 16th step microstepping by pulling a combination of 3 pins high. So let's see what those look like. We'll start with a half step. So we've now got something that's starting to look a bit like a sine wave, and the motor sounded like it was running a bit smoother than in full step mode. You can also clearly see 2 steps on our sine wave above and below 0. Now let's try 8th step. So we should now have 8 increments between 0 and the maximum on our sine wave. The first thing you'll notice is that the sine wave doesn't fit into our time frame anymore, and that's because the driver now only moves 1 microstep for each pulse, so our motor is effectively moving 8 times slower than it was in full step mode. A motor with 200 steps per revolution running in 8th step mode will now have 1600 steps per revolution. If we adjust the timing, we can now see our full sine wave, and our motor is moving smoother and slower than it was in half-step mode. Lastly, let's try 16th step mode, which is the most that this driver can do. You'll again notice that the motor is moving about half as fast as it was in 8th step mode, and we're getting a wave that's now looking a lot like a sine wave. That's unfortunately the end of the road for our A4988 driver. The micro stepping has made it run much smoother and a bit quieter, but it's still quite noisy. So let's swap over to our TMC2208 driver now. You probably haven't noticed that the motor is actually running, so here's a close-up of the shaft moving. That's obviously a significant improvement, and it operates nearly silently when you change the speed as well. A big part of how it does this is that the TMC driver produces 256 microsteps, so 16 times more than what the A4988 drivers do. There are a few other sources of noise or humming in a stepper motor, caused by things like magnetic fields, current ripple, and chopper frequency, but their contribution is generally significantly less than this. Let's now hook up the oscilloscope and see what the waveform looks like. As with the previous test, the motor is going to be making a noise when the oscilloscope isn't taking measurements, as it's only got a single pole connected, so it's jumping back and forth around the same pole. But you'll hear it go silent again when the oscilloscope is running. Let's change up the sample interval to get a better look at the sine wave. You can now see a significantly improved sine wave over even the best one that the A4988 driver can produce. So you should now have a basic understanding of what the TMC2208 drivers do differently to run almost silently. As for any drawbacks, there are two primary ones. One is a slight reduction in the incremental torque, which is not usually an issue unless you're operating near the motor's torque limitations. The second is not so much to do with the motor or the driver, but with the microcontroller telling the driver what to do. As I've mentioned earlier, micro-stepping requires more pulses from the microcontroller to move the motor one full step. So running in 16th step mode requires your microcontroller to output 16 times more pulses. If you're doing this across multiple motors or while doing other tasks, your controller quickly gets bogged down just keeping the motors running and may not be able to keep up. Just to prove I'm not turning the sound volume down when the TMC2208 drivers are running, you can still hear it if I move the motor on the desk. Out of interest, I'm running these drivers with a 12-volt supply to the motor. You can generally get an increase in torque by increasing the motor voltage. That's it for today. I hope you've learned something and found this explanation useful. Let me know in the comment section what you've used these drivers for, and check out some of my other project videos for ideas. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more tech and electronics projects, tutorials and reviews.